Reading from Srimad. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 21, verse number 48. Veeravarya Pitaha Prithivya Sama Sanjeeva Shashvati Yasya Achyute Veeravarya Pitah Prithvya Sama Sanjeeva Shashvati Sama Sanjeeva Shashvati Yasye Drishya Achyute Bhakti Yasye Drishya Achyute Bhakti Sarvalo Sarvalokaika Bhaktari Bhartri Sarvalokaika Bhartri. Veeravarya, the best of the warriors. Pitaha, the father. Prithivyaha, of the globe. Samaha, equal to in years. Sanjeeva, live. Shashwati, forever.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, it's breaking a lot, Prabhu.
Achyute, onto the Bhakti, all Loka planets. Bhaktari. Hare Krishna. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. All the saintly Brahmanas thus addressed to the Maharaj, the best of the warriors. O Father of the globe, may be blessed with a long life for your great devotion to the infallible Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the Master of universe. Purport. Prithu Maharaj was blessed with saintly persons present at the meeting to have a long life because of his unflinching faith and his devotion to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although one's duration of life is limited in years, if by chance one becomes a devotee, he surpasses the duration prescribed for his life. Indeed, sometimes yogis die according to their wish, not understanding to the laws of material nature. Another feature of a devotee is that he lives forever because of his infallible devotion to the Lord. It is said, Kirtiryasya sa jivati. One who leaves a good reputation behind him lives forever. Specifically, one who is reputed as a devotee of the Lord undoubtedly lives forever. When Lord Prabhu was talking with Ramananda Rai, greatest reputation, Ramananda Rai replied, the person who is reputed as a great devotee has the greatest reputation for a devotee. चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरौ श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सगणविता विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धौ दीनबन्धौ जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौरङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Now, Prithu Maharaj has just now completed his on his all the Brahmins, the devotees were there, and he spoke wonderful philosophy of Krishna consciousness. And then actually he says that, oh people, Brahmanas, my faith, austerity, proper conduct, silence, and self-control continually support the absolute pure Veda, in which its universe is reflected as in a mirror, not obtain knowledge of the truth about the objects. For my whole life, I pray to carry on my crown the dust from the lotus feet of the Brahmanas and Vaishnavas, which quickly destroy sin and award all good qualities to bear. So Prithu Maharaj concludes his prayer with a very wonderful desire. He says that Nashyantyamam sarva gunan bhajanti yam nityada vivartra asu papam nashyanti. Now as soon as I tesham aham pada sarojarenu, so those brahmanas who are having the wonderful qualities, those devotees who are having that wonderful qualities, their lotus feet, the dust of the lotus feet, tesham aham pada sarojarenu arya vahiyadi vahiyadi kiritama. I want to put this dust of the lotus feet of the Brahmins and the Vaishnavas on my head because this is going to destroy all my sin. He concludes his prayer with this wonderful desire. Then as soon as this was spoken, and he says that all the wealth, all wealth cured to a person with good qualities, like good wealth of good conduct and gratitude, who take shelter of the elders, may the Lord, along with his followers, Brahmanas and the cows, be pleased with me. So Prithu Maharaj, as a very good king, he says, the Brahmanas, the cows, and the Lord should be pleased with me. That means every action I do should be to protect the Brahmins, the cows, and Vaishnavas who are actually serving the Supreme Lord. As soon as he spoke these things, immediately Maitreya says, all the Brahmins were there, the Devatas were there. Iti Ruvanam Vipatim Pitrideva Vijadeha Tushtur Harshamanasaha. Being very happy, being very satisfied, Harshamanaha. What did Sadhuvadena Sadhavaha? So they started wonderful glorifications of Prithu Maharaj. So this is how the whole Vedic culture is. That is, the king now is a respectable person sitting on the throne. He has congratulated all the citizens. And at the end, he expresses humility by saying that I want to keep the dust of the lotus feet of the devotees on my head. And the whole purpose of my being the king is to please the Brahmins, the cows, and the Supreme Lord. So by saying so, he expressed this humility. And hearing this, all the Brahmins who were there, they became very happy. When the Brahmins become happy, they start blessing. They start glorifying and express their blessings unto the king. Though the king is in a superior position, the Brahmins, though they are elderly to the king, now they express their vatsalya, their affection for the king, by actually blessing the king. Many times it so happens that the spiritual master is supposed to bless the disciple. Teacher is supposed to bless the disciple or the student. In the beginning of the Bhagavatam, we find that the sages of Naimisharanya, they blessed Sutta Goswami by saying that, oh, all blessing to you. Bhadram te, Bhadram te, Bhadram te. Sudjanadi Bhadram te. Bhadram te means let there be all auspiciousness blessings unto you. Because though Sutta Goswami was sitting on the Vyasasana, he was actually the guru there. But still the Brahmins or the sages who were sitting, they were very experienced, very elderly. And seeing Sutta Goswami, they had natural affection for him. That affection came out in the form of blessing. So the Brahmins are blessing him as well as glorifying Prithu Maharaj in a very beautiful way. The first thing what they say is, there is a Vedic saying. What is that Vedic saying? Iti Satyavati Surihi Shrutihi. Vedas speak this truth. What is that? Brahmadandata papo yad veno atyatatra tamaha Vena. We all heard about Vena, father of Prithu Maharaj. He was such a cruel person. But in spite of all his cruel things, what has happened? He was killed by the Brahmanas. Now, even such a horrible person, he has attained the highest planet. Because of whom? Putrena Jayate Lochan. Because of son, Putra. That is why son is a very important person for every father and mother. As soon as the pair they get married, first thing they have to think is to get a son. The whole purpose of a young boy and a girl when they attain a proper age, the whole purpose of getting them married, Vivaha Sanskara, is to get a son. That is why after the Garbhadana Sanskar, there is one Sanskar called Pumsavana Sanskar. This Pumsavana Sanskar is a Sanskar done to get a male child. The child should be a male. No, there is no discrimination here. It is nature's law that the parents desire to have a son. Because the son delivers the parents. That is why the son in Vedic literatures or in our language, in Sanskrit, was Putra. Putrayate iti Putra. There is one hell called Putra. So, one who actually delivers from this food, Namak hell, is called Putra. Tra means deliverance. That is why to have a desire to have a son is very natural for every parent. That is the first thing they are supposed to think, oh, we should have a son. Now these days, as soon as they get married, they think, oh, no, not now, 4 years. Then after some time, 3-4 years, we'll think of having children. It was never a thought. As soon as you get married, you should have a son. It's not that there's nothing like planning. There's nothing like family planning and all. People get married not to become husband and wife, but to become father and mother. So that would happen immediately. You remember in our old times, our grandparents, if there is a delay in begetting a child, they would think, oh, some problem is there what? Actually, there's no problem. It is sin. It is sin not to beget children immediately after getting married. It is sin. What is the purpose of getting married is to actually become father and mother and then beget a child, especially a male child, because this male child delivers. Because of lack of sanskar, and exactly, we get producing actually animals. Animalistic tendencies produce animals only. So here they are glorifying Prithu Maharaj for delivering his father by his activities. So a son should conduct his life in such a way that he can deliver his parents. The work of the son is not just to get some earn some money and then put their parents in old age home or something like that, or buy one color TV or some plasma TV and then give it to them, or take them some. No. The whole purpose of having a son is making him grow up is that, oh, what all sins I have done, my son will do such activities by which I will be delivered. That is a great expectation from the son. That is the whole purpose of having a son, so that at least he'll do Shraddha for me. So it's a great responsibility to be a son, and we should know what is that responsibility: to deliver our parents. First object of our affection, our parents and our children. So if you don't have any plan to deliver your own parents, deliver your children, what is the use of all kinds of life, all kinds of materialistic life or even spiritual life, if we don't have any idea or desire to deliver our parents? Here they glorify that your father was such a big sinner. He was actually killed by the curse of the Brahmanas. Brahmadanda hat papaha yadveno tetamaha. You made him deliver from hell. It is not happened in the first time in the history. They also say Hiranyakashipuschapi Bhagavan Nindayatamaha. Even Hiranyakashipu, what was he doing? Bhagavan Nindayatamaha. He entered into hell because of criticizing the Lord. Bhagavan Nindaya. Vivekshur Jagat Sunoho Prahladas Yanubhavaya. Because of Prahlad, what happened? Even he was delivered. Hiranyakashipu was also delivered. So we know the story of Hiranyakashipu, Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj was asked by Narsimha that, oh, you did such great devotion for me. You ask whatever benediction you want, I am going to give. Then Prahlad told that I am not a businessman here. The servant who expects something in the master is not a fitting servant. And a master who wants to reward the servant and thinks I am dependent on the servant is not a fitting master. And I want to be a fitting servant, and you are a fitting master. So I don't want anything. So then Prahlad ultimately ask something. Then Prahlad says, if you really want to give me something, you deliver my father. So we all know this thing, that how Narasimha says to Prahlad Maharaj, what to speak of your father? 10 generations before you, 10 generations after you, including you, 21 generations will be delivered. So when a person becomes a devotee, it is a great fortune not only for him, but a great fortune for generations before and generations to come. Actually, it is described in the Puranas that as soon as a person becomes a devotee in a family, then there are those in the Piturloka, if they have performed some pious activities and they are on the way to heavenly planets, and on the way they go to Piturloka, they are having constant eye on what's happening in their family. When they see one of the family members have become a devotee of Krishna and surrender to Krishna, immediately they become so happy that they started playing the kettle drums, they start playing the drums, they start playing the bugle, and then they make a big festival there in Pitraloka. In our family, they became one became a devotee. In our family, one girl became a devotee. In our family, we got my son got married to a devotee girl. So this way, it's a very big thing. A devotee delivers not only him but also is anybody connected. So this is nature. Not only the couple devotee, somebody connected to devotee becomes delivered. Actually, everybody should think that I am delivered because I am connected to a devotee. We know from the Chaitanya Charitamrita that Sarvatachari, his brother-in-law, was Gopinath Acharya. Now, it so happened that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came. And then at the time, Gopinatha, Sarvabhaumachari, we know, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered him. And then Chaitanya Sarvabhaumachari says that, "Oh Lord, I was delivered not just because of your mercy, because I was somehow connected to Gopinathacharya. That is why I got delivered." So the deliverance of us happens because we are somehow or other connected to a devotee. Just imagine if somebody is connected to a devotee as a father or a mother. It is not a joke. Though they may not realize this thing, but the parents of devotees, the brothers and sisters of devotees, those who are practicing devotees, even though externally you may find they are not practicing Krishna consciousness, but naturally there will be affection for parents, affection for brothers and sisters and friends. So just because of a great desire the devotee has that my parent should become devotee, or my friend should become devotee, my sister should become devotee. So that desire Krishna fulfills. So even though sometimes you find they are inimical, like Prahlad's father was so inimical, but still he was delivered. We find Vena's father was so inimical. Prithumara's father Vena was so inimical, but still he was delivered because of Prithumara's devotion. So many times the devotees say, "Oh Prabhuji, when my father is going to become a devotee, oh when my husband is going to become a devotee," you become a devotee. You become a devotee and then just pray one day when my father is going to become a devotee. So when my mother is going to become a devotee. So if you just pray and you become a strong devotee like Prahlad, then what happens? Your father, even though he may be like Hiranyakashipu, but he may, but still be delivered. What is lacking in our life is actually devotion. We increase our devotion and have a strong desire for our relatives to become devotees. They'll become devotees one day or another. So it is in these two verses, it's a great lesson we get that Prithu Maharaj and Prahlad. Prithu Maharaj delivered his father Vena from hell because of his strong devotion, and Prahlad Maharaj delivered his father Hiranyakashipu from hellish life because of his devotion. So we just have to concentrate more on our devotion and have a sincere desire for our deliverance, for parents and others who are related to us, and they will be delivered. Now going further, in the 48th verse, today's verse, which we are supposed to discuss, Veeravaryaha Pitaha Prithavyaha. Pitaha Prithavyaha. Pita means father. Now, you are the father of earth. That means everything comes from Prithu Maharaj. And he impregnates. That is how the whole cosmic world manifests. That is why Pitamahamasya Jagatu, Mata Data Pitamaha. Krishna is that. Krishna has come as Prithu Maharaj. Now he is the father of Prithivya. And Veeravarya. Veera means you are actually the best of all the warriors. These are all Kshatriyas are addressed. Veeravarya. Samaha Sanjeeva Shashwati. Samaha. Shashwati Samaha. Means live for 100 years. Live for thousands of years. Like we say, when somebody pays obeisances, a small boy pays obeisances, the children pay obeisances, we say, Jug Jug Jiu. Jug Jug means Yuga Yuga. The Jug becomes Jug Jug. Means you live eternally, you have a long life. You have long life, that is a blessing. Generally, when you pay obeisances to elders, they say, Ayushman Bhava. Ayushman Bhava means let you have a long life. These are blessings which elders are supposed to give. Somehow, the concept of blessing has been lost these days. Now, more of concept of achievement, concept of one's ability, that has become more prominent in the age of Kali. But actually, one's success is not dependent on one's ability. It is totally dependent on blessings. Somehow, people are not interested in blessings these days. Actually, every day in the morning, in our childhood, I still remember, the first thing what we used to do is to go and pay obeisances to parents, father and mother. And anybody, elderly persons who come to our house, We used to pay obeisances. Suppose we did not pay obeisances, my mother used to beat me black and blue till we pay gold obeisances. So somehow this culture is lost, paying obeisances. Because as soon as you bow down, what happens in the heart of an elderly person is he feels so nice, feels so happy, and automatically some energy and power or blessings are transferred into you. The amount of piety we achieve by just paying obeisances to elders is it cannot be achieved by many sacrifices, many lot of tapasya. Simplest way of getting piety is pay obeisances to elders. Uh, the whole culture, because of the Western influence, Western culture, the disrespect or not to respect elders, that has become a norm, that has become very natural. No, actually, elders are supposed to be respected. That is the austerity of the body. Very simple to perform. Mind may not agree to what you say, but body has to agree, isn't it? Even though you don't like, you go down, you can do it. But even though you don't like, you cannot say this vichara or this thought should not come, it comes, isn't it? There's no control of the thought. You have control of the body, isn't it? You have control of the words. So what you can do, you can pay obeisances and then say Hare Krishna or please bless me. How can I serve you? Simple words, these simple etiquettes, we are totally forgotten. And we are making our children also forget them. Because of which what is happening? They are falling sick. As soon as you pay obeisances to elders, you get so much of blessings. You just cannot even imagine. First is you get Ayush, long life. Yasha, you get lot of fame. Buddhi, you get lot of intelligence. And Shauram, you will become very valorous. So these four qualities are guaranteed because of just paying obeisances to elders. Uh, Elders means the Supreme Lord, of course, is the eldest person. And after that, we have the demigods, they are there. And you have the spiritual master, and you have the teachers, you have the parents, and anybody who is actually elder to you, even in ashram. Uh, Anybody who is elder to you in knowledge, we have to learn to give obeisances to them. This culture has to be somehow inculcated. So here we find that Veeravarya Vitaprajaha Shama Sanjeevani Shashwati, getting blessings, seeking blessings. Now we have in the Mahabharata war, Karna was no less than Arjuna. He actually superior to Arjuna in many aspects. But the problem with Karna was, wherever he went, he was cursed. And Arjuna, wherever he went, he got blessings. So what made Arjuna superior to Karna? What made Karna lose the war? Because curses, that's all. Bhudevi had cursed him. The exact time what happened? The wheel of the chariot went down. And that is the time Karna had the arrow in the chest by Arjuna. So our success is actually not dependent on our ability, but it is dependent on blessings. And blessings is attained only when we show an humble attitude and then pay obeisances. Especially when a person gets married, when they get married. I still remember in our family, when people used to get, when somebody used to get married, used to go and attend some wedding program, Vivasas. The young couple, they would go with Akshata in their hand and they would pay obeisances more than 200 times. They would get completely down. But everywhere they go, pay obeisances, get blessings. In every occasion, in every place, step by step, this is what actually gives the actually is life. When you find an elderly person and you don't stand up, you don't respect that person, you're still sitting. What happens is because of the presence of the elderly person, the vayus they go up and you are not getting up. The vayus are still going up. That may turn into a heart attack for you. That may create vata in your heart more and then later on heart attack may come. So a lot of unwanted diseases, unwanted early death, all because of not receiving blessings. And that is because of not being obeisances, not standing up when elderly people come. So this individualism, this that I am somebody special. Why I should bow down to somebody? Uh, so this is a asuric mentality, not Western mentality. Shaking hand, just okay, shake hands. Father and son are doing shake hand. What is this nonsense? So, but the son should bow down to the father, even though he may be a big personality, even though they are grown up. So that is why Kunti Maharani says that Janma Ishwara Shuddha Shrivir Yedamana Madapuma. When somebody becomes very arrogant, uh, this arrogance becomes a disqualification for performance of devotional service, because they think going down is actually Avidatum Vai. They going down is, they think that it is below my dignity, mm, below my dignity. So Prithu Maharaj, he, because of his soul, he got blessings. Okay. Shashwati Samaha, Sanjivya, you have eternal life. And not only, why you have eternal life? Hmm. One reason is you'll go back home, back to God and live in Vaikuntha eternally. Even in this world also, you will live eternally. How can somebody have eternal life in this world? Yes, he can have. Because of fame. Yashaha. One who is one who is famous. Famous means one who is actually famous for his good deeds. When somebody leaves the body, what is left over is not his body. Yashakaya. This body, which is made up of Panchamahabhutas, that is going to be burnt. And what is left over? Which body is left over? Yashaha. In the Bhatrahari Subhashitani, it was our syllabus in our 12th standard, 11th and 12th standard Sanskrit. So, in that, there is a beautiful verse which says, Jara Maranajam Bhayam Yashakkaye Jara Maranajam Bhayam. So, there is no fear of Yashakkaya from Jara Maranajam Bhayam. Jara Maranajam Bhayam. The fear which arises from old age and death is not there for Yashakaya. Yashakaya means the body of fame. Whereas there is Dhana. Dhana means wealth. There is Chora Bhayam. Chora Bhayam means there is one thief may come and steal, isn't it? But for beauty, there is Kala Bhaya. After some time, old age comes, then beauty is lost. So there is a fear, oh, I am going to lose my. And for a person who has got some political seat, post in position, he has a fear that somebody may throw me out of the seat, and he has fear. But for one thing, there is no fear. What is that one thing? All the good deeds you have done. That will be remembered, that will be left over in this world. That is why, if you really want to have eternal life, do only good activities, which is beneficial for others. That people will remember. That is why you find those people, the great personalities, they are not remembered as much when they are supposed to be, they are being remembered now. When they are alive, they are not remembered much. They don't become famous much. But after they leave the body, they become famous. They are remembered for it. Like see Srila Prabhupada, he is remembered so much. He is the most famous person now. Spirituality means Srila Prabhupada. The whole world knows this thing. There is no other option for people. Even though they are there here and there, but ultimately, as soon as you say Iskar, oh, Prabhupada. So when he was alive, people were not giving so much of importance to him. Only devotees gave. But the whole world had not known Prabhupada so much. But now, his activities, his deeds are now become so famous. That is why Srila Prabhupada talks about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Rai Ramananda. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked this question to Rai Ramananda, that who is the most famous person? Ramananda Rai told, the most famous person is one who is actually a devotee. A devotee of the Lord is the most famous person. That is why one has to be a devotee. And not only one should be a devotee, he should do something benefit for the society, for the others. Idam shariram parobhagaramivartham. This body is actually meant for others, for the service of others. So, the best service one can do is actually to preach Krishna consciousness. That is why we find the devotees, they become very famous because they are not only practicing Krishna consciousness, they are trying to spread Krishna consciousness. Just imagine if, take a simple devotee who is giving some simple class here and there, and if he had not been in Krishna consciousness, who would have asked him? Nobody would have bothered for him. He would have been another person. Just because devotees are taken of Krishna consciousness and they are trying to protect Dharma, they become well known. They become very influential. So this is the nature of bhakti, that it gives lot of fame. But devotee doesn't want it, but it still comes. Fame is always running after devotees, but still devotee doesn't want it. This fame or pratishtha is yasha or pratishtha, these two things. They are sada kuvari. Sada kuvari means they are always unmarried. Why? Because those who want them, those who want fame, the fame will not go to them. Those who don't want them, fame will go to them. That is why there is nobody getting married to the pratishtha. For yasha and pratishtha, nobody. For who wants it, it is by nature's law. And anybody who want to become famous, they will never become. Those who don't want to become famous, they will become. Why? Because that is the nature of these two qualities. Pratishtha. Sada kuvari. Sada kuvari means always unmarried. Nobody. Those who want pratishtha, pratishtha doesn't want them. And those who don't want pratishtha, pratishtha goes to them. So, no shelter of pratishtha. That is the position. Madhavendra Puri, we know it very well, that the Lord himself stole kheer for the sake of Madhavendra Puri. Madhavendra Puri, when he visited Remuna, he was having darshan of Gopinath. And then at the time Pujari was offering bhoga, he brought 12 cups of kheer. Actually, it's not kheer. People say it's kheer. It's rabadi. I took it. It doesn't have any chawal ka dana. It's rabadi, full rabadi. So this kheer which was offered, and about to be offered, at that time Madhavendra Puri thought that let me taste one cup of tea, kheer, and let me offer the same thing, similar thing to Gopalji and Govardhan, Srinathji and Govardhan. So he had no desire for sense gratification, but he just had thought, let me taste it so that I can make a similar thing for Krishna. But still he started cursing himself. Oh, what did I do? Just see, before being offered, I had a desire to eat, taste it. Oh, and he just went out to the temple, went to a marketplace and just started doing bhajan there alone. At the time, the night Pujari had a dream. The Lord came in a dream and told him, just go immediately. My devotee, great devotee, Madhavendra Puri has come and I have kept a kheer for him. Go and give it to him. The Pujari immediately went and took bath and went to the altar and he saw there was one cup of tea which was stolen by Gopinath for the sake of his own devotee. Madhavendra Puri, just imagine. The Lord is willing to become a thief to fulfill the desire of his devotee. The Lord is willing to become a watchman to fulfill the desire of his devotee for Bali Maharaj. The Lord is willing to become a driver for Arjuna for the love of his devotees. So here he becomes a thief for Madhavendra Puri. Then the Pujari goes and says, Madhavendra Puri. Then he comes out in the marketplace. And the Lord has stolen kheer for you, take it. Then Madhavendra Puri took the kheer and he happily and broke the pot and made it into small pieces of mud and kept it in his cloth where he can every day taste the pot, earthen pot, piece of earthen pot. So at that time, Madhavendra Puri, immediately thought came, if people come to know that the Lord has stolen kheer for me, everybody will come to know that I am a great devotee, so I should leave from here. So Madhavendra Puri took a shortcut route. We did not take a proper main route. If people may think everybody knows that I'm going to Jagannath Puri, says, may come to the main route and then your wishes is to me. Oh, let me not be so. Let me go. a shortcut. So Madhavendra Puri, he walked all the way to Jagannath Puri through a shortcut route, so nobody will know, able to find him out. But as soon as he went to Jagannath Puri, there were thousands of people who were welcoming him. Oh, you are Madhavendra Puri, you are Madhavendra Puri. For you, the Lord has stolen here. You are such a wonderful, great devotee. That is how the fame of a devotee spreads before the devotee would have arrived at a particular place. So we find in our society also, there are so many devotees just become famous. It is all because of the devotion which they have. Only a devotee becomes famous, and the thing which he got, that is fame, he doesn't want it. So this is what is been described here. Samaha Sanjeeva Shashwatihi. And then Yasyedrishi Achyute Bhaktihi. Indrishe Achyute Bhaktihi Sarvalokaika Bhaktari. Because you are a devotee, you have such devotion to the Supreme Lord, the one maintainer of all the planets. And it is all because of your devotion to the Supreme Lord. See, whenever you see a devotee, you should not see his qualities separate from his devotion. Devotion to Krishna and all the qualities of devotees should be seen together. If you don't see them, then what happens? It is a materialistic perception of a devotee. Prakrita. That is why it is said in the Upadeshamrita that Prakritam Ihavakti Janasya Pashet Nan Basam Kalabudbuda Pena Panki Brahmadotva Pachati Nita Dharmihi. A devotee may have some qualities, good qualities, maybe a good singer, but may not be a good speaker. Sometimes a good speaker may not be a good singer. So, if you just see one quality of a devotee, and you see that quality independent of his devotion to Krishna, then what happens? There will be some disqualifications also. You will see that also and then start criticizing it. You sometimes appreciate a quality of a devotee, and seeing another quality disqualification, you may criticize the devotee. Because you are seeing these qualities independent of his devotion. That is why a devotee, seeing a devotee independent of devotion, is having a materialistic vision of a devotee. That is why Prakrita Mihavakta Janasya Pashet. We should not have Prakrit Drishti to a devotee. Materialistic vision. So how can we not have materialistic vision to a devotee when you see every quality in tune with his devotion to Krishna? Because devotion to Krishna is the topmost quality. Though they saw Prithvira, Veeravarya, and Pitaha Prithvya, and he's been described as a father of earthly planet, and he's been described as a Veeravarya, all these great qualities are there. But ultimately, these things are all being engaged. In spite of all these qualities, what you're doing, what is the real quality is Sidrashi Yachute Bhakti. That is why in the Bhagavatam it is clearly mentioned. What is mentioned? That Yasyasti Bhaktir Bhagavatya Kinchana Sarvair Gunesh Tatra Samasate Sura Haravattasya Guru Bhatkuna Manorate Nasati Bhavatu Mahiri. So, Haravavattasya Kuto Mahatkuna. One who is not a devotee of Krishna, where is Mahaguna, where is good quality in him? Good qualities are only present in a devotee because he has devotion. The devotion attracts all good qualities. That is why pure devotional service, even sadhana bhakti, has got two lakshanas. That is two qualities. One is Shubhada, Kleshagni, other one is Shubhada. Shubhada means auspiciousness. It bestows all auspiciousness to devotee. Now, how can you call an activity inauspicious? Only when it satisfies these conditions. It should be attractive to all. It should be very pleasurely. It should give pleasure to everyone. and it should be very easily performed by everybody. Everybody can perform it. Then only it is called auspicious, and ultimately it should give good qualities. Until unless these four things are satisfied, activity is not called auspicious. That is why bhakti is called auspicious, because it satisfies all four conditions. Shubhada. Among that, the most important is that it gives divine qualities. It gives good qualities in others. So this is the power of devotion. All the good qualities. Yasyasti bhaktir bhagvatya kinchara sarvair gunes tatta samasade sura. Unto such a devotee, all the good qualities manifest. That is why here these qualities are seen in connection with devotion which Prithu Maharaj has in his heart. And he has devotion to whom? Achyute. Who is an Achyuta? Sarvalokaika Bhartari. Sarvalokaika Bhartari. He is the only Bharta. He is the only maintainer. Eka Bhartari. Only one maintainer. There is no many maintainers. There is only one maintainer. So Krishna as maintainer. How does he maintain? There are two ways Krishna maintains this world. One is the material maintenance. Other one is the spiritual maintenance. Material maintenance means according to one's karma, Krishna gives a particular kind of body, a particular kind of positions, a particular kind of intelligence, etc. But what is spiritual maintenance? The spiritual maintenance is that Krishna, is always thinking of how to bring devotees back home, back to Godhead. So in this way, he is always contemplating on how to make this conditioned soul into a devotee. And that is why he is there as Paramatma. And that is what he is constantly doing in Golok Vrindandam. He is actually thinking that how to bring this conditioned soul back to me. So this is how Krishna maintains. One, through Paramatma, as Paramatma is actually giving karma pradata and all the things which are required to live in this world. And by constant contemplation on us, he actually maintaining our spiritual life so that we can go back home, back to it. So such is the quality of Achyuta. So in this way, the sages are blessing Prithu Maharaj. We are glorifying Pitaha, yeah, father of earth. Saha Sanjeeva Shashwati. You live for hundreds of years, eternally you live. And Yasedrishi Achyute Bhakti, because you have nice, wonderful devotion to Achyuta, who is Sarvalokaika Bhartari, who is the maintainer of the entire world. So this is what is the conclusion of the verse, that is blessings, blessings and blessings. Every step in your life, try to get the maximum blessings from devotees, from elders. Even though you may find your father, mother are not devotees, ultimately they are elders. You have to pay vision system. In this way, our life becomes successful. So we stop here. Any questions, please to ask.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Very, very beautiful class, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Prabhuji, I have one question. I don't know if that question is right or wrong. I'm a little confused, but I just want to ask Prabhu. Prabhu, you're talking about giving obeisances to the elders, right? So, but like in our Vaishnava culture also, we have some like to do the complete dandavat to this person, just to bow down to this person. Like we have that, right? So Can you explain me that difference, Prabhu?
There are 5 kinds of obeisances what the scriptures talk about. One is manasika, mentally you pay obeisances. Number 2 is you actually fold your hands, that is anjali. The third one is like the Punjabis, North Indians, they do charan sparsh. They just, as soon as the parent or somebody comes, get onto the train, immediately the son just goes down. They just touch the feet and immediately charan sparsh, they say, just go down. So of course it's become a ritual. And the fourth one is Panchanga Pranam. This having your 2 hands touching the floor, your head touching the floor, and your mind touching the floor in this way, and your knees touching the floor. So you have 5 items which are and feet touching the floor. And Sashtanga means your chest and your stomach and your thighs, they're also touching. So it becomes 8 angas. So ladies are supposed to do only Panchanga, not a Sashtanga. So in the Vaishnava traditions, in any Vaishnava, in all the 4 Vaishnava Sampradayas, we accept only 2, that is the Panchanga and the Sashtanga. Just folding hands and or mental or the charan sparsh is not accepted. You have to pay full down, pay obeisances. So this is what we accept it. And of course, it is not that you are with somebody every day. Every now and then you go on to him. Once a day, you are done to your parents. Once a day, or if you are in a temple, as soon as you're in temple, you're done obeisances to your guru or senior devotee or whoever it may be, or any other Vaishnava. You paid once, that's enough. Not that every time you go up your provisions like that. So etiquette also you have to follow. So ultimately it is Panchanga or Sashtanga. These are the 2 things we do, not Charan Sparsh. Charan Sparsh, though it is one of the things mentioned in scriptures, but our acharyas have told the Sharanagati is not completely expressed in just some mental or Charan Sparsh or just folding hands. It should be really down. You have to go down, Panchanga or Ashtanga.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Just to add on to what question, when we are in the temple, like Dr. Vasant, we go to certain conditions, right? Like we cannot bow down in front of the deity. How do we reconcile these situations? Because we have to bow down, but at the same time, like do we do that manasika or we just hold our palm? What is the etiquette?
Yeah, in the temple, when I say, I'm talking about a temple complex when you come inside. in front of the deity, you are supposed to do. That is etiquette. Because in front of the deity, the whole attention should be for the deity only. But inside the temple, in the temple hall, the deity altar is open. At that time, apart from the deity, if at all you can offer obeisances, or you should offer obeisances to your spiritual master. You can offer obeisances to Prabhupada, you can offer obeisances to Pradadiya Vastu, you can offer obeisances to your Diksha Guru, or whoever you consider as good as your Diksha Guru. Somebody like that, you can do obeisances. But as soon as you come out of the hall, that is the time you are supposed to be obeisances to each other. So this is the etiquette. When I use the word temple, I did not exactly mean the altar, in front of the altar. When you come to the temple, that is what I mean to say.
In front of when
the altars are closed, you can do. Even when the altar is closed, you can pay obeisances to everyone. Not when the altar is open.
And for the spiritual master, we can, right? When the altar is open.
Yes. You should, not can. You should. So what is the etiquette is that when you enter the temple, at that time, you are paying obeisances, chanting this Vaishnava Pranam mantra. So You're not doing individually. You're doing to all the Vaishnavas who are sitting in the hall, and you are doing all the obeisances to all the Vaishnavas who have come in individual form, Indra, Chandra, Varuna, all those people are in there. So you pay obeisances to them also.
Okay. So we pay obeisances at the entrance with Prabhupada and
Not Prabhupada separate. Prabhupada, when you enter the hall, you can do separately. Or you should do separately. But at the entrance, what you do is for all the Vaishnavas who are inside and those who are not visible to you, all the demigods also are there in the temple. They are darshan, they come. To them also obeisances.
yeah. So it's, I mean, like if a sannyasi walks in, it's perfectly fine if the altar is open to do Panchang Dandavats. That's correct, right?
Half are sannyasis. If you consider that sannyasi to be as good as your spiritual master or easy your spiritual master, not all.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Koti Pindu Pranam Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Very pleased to get this in.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for the wonderful class. Prabhuji, you said as soon as you get married, you have to have desire for son. Some people get son, they get only daughter. Some people don't get son, they get only daughters. So, what they should do means can daughter do the all
No. No, doctor cannot do. So then those who are those who have adhikar they can do. First is the father side somebody, they all can do it. But the daughter can have a son who can deliver. So it is as good as getting a son. Sometimes there are those who have only daughter. Then when they have a grandson, and they see the grandson as a son. So it is not that if you have only daughter, something be wrong or something like that. Ultimately, one of the sanskars it talks about punsavana, means a desire to get a male son. That is always there.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Is there anybody having any more questions for Prabhuji?
Hare Krishna. Is the session recorded?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Basically, Prabhuji explained so many details. He gave us many are new to me, and I want to share it with my team members here, the Kusha team members. How do you get a copy of this one? This today's session?
We have in YouTube, Prabhu. You can just type our channel is Bhakti Sangha Japa group. You can.
I'm sorry, Mata, your line is not clear. Can you please repeat that?
You are in the group, Prabhu.
I'm sorry.
You are in our WhatsApp group, Prabhuji.
No, I'm not. I don't think so.
Okay. We have a YouTube channel. It's the class is going live also now, so you can get it from our channel, Prabhu. Our channel is Bhakti Sangha Japa. You can type that and you will get it, Prabhu.
Got it. Yeah. Got it. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, what is your name?
Sundar Haridas from Michigan.
What is your phone number?
732 V4.21.48.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranams.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for the beautiful class. Is there anybody having any more questions for Prabhuji? Okay. If there are no more questions, we could end the call here by offering obeisances to the Prabhuji and all the Vaishnavas. Vamcha kalpa tarobhyasya kripa sindhubhyaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His Grace Kamal Lochan Prabhuji ki jai. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the wonderful. Goodbye.